Welcome back, everybody. We've seen some really cool things that ChatGPT can do, and I'm sure you're already thinking of some other things to try. But beyond games and math problems and trivia questions, how else might you use this in the real world and in your job? To get some ideas, let's first talk about the OpenAI APIs, or application programming interfaces, which you can get to at openai.com/API. Using these APIs, you can integrate all of this great AI functionality into your own website or app. And not just for ChatGPT, but other services like Dolly that we saw earlier for images. If you scroll down, you've got some getting started and documentation here, and some examples of what you could do. All the way down at the bottom, you'll also see some very popular applications that have been built with these APIs, things like GitHub's Copilot product that helps you write code, and Duolingo for language translation. So ChatGPT itself is pretty cool and all, but to really harness the power of this generative AI, these APIs are where it's at. So let's look at some specific ways that you could apply these. Starting with customer service chatbots. These have been around for years, but in my experience at least, there's a lot of room for improvement. ChatGPT itself can be thought of as a chatbot, but you can also customize it and use it for your own applications, making it your own super smart chatbot for your own needs. Virtual writing assistants, here again, you could incorporate this into your own site for your customers, or you could just use it directly in the browser. If you're hunting for a job, maybe you get some help creating your resume cover letter. Give it some information about the job you're looking for, the kind of experience you have, and that you're really excited to work for this company. And let's see what we get. Okay, and here's a boilerplate letter that you could take and customize, highlighting your coding boot camp, your experience, your internship, and how you're really excited about this position. Definitely a good starting point. Language translation is another really popular use case. We can give it a phrase or a paragraph or an entire story and say that we want to translate it into another language. So there's how I would order my croissant and black coffee if I were in France. And finally, you can use this to generate creative content, things like stories, poems, songs, and so on. So how about write a limerick about learning how to program? And here we have a poem about Ted learning how to code. Pretty impressive.